How's everyone doing? Hope you're okay. Alison says, hey, how you doing, Alison? Oberth Asenai says hi. How are you? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Just double checking everything's working. I think it is. If it's not, I'll find out soon enough. But yeah, hope you're good, Oberth. Bagwell says hi. Fish, fresh from his diss track, version 3. I think you're on version 3 now. Says Ezri got a red. Yeah, I saw it online. He took out Gordon, didn't he? It was basically a long ball. Gordon was the last man, and he took him out. It looked like a justified red. To be fair, I think that game ended. I think that game ended 0-0. But yeah, it looked like a clear red. Harry says hello. How are you? Yeah, good. You'll get less complaints about the weather now because it's a bit colder, so that's nice. But hope you're good. Hope the holiday is going well. I hope the notifications from Fish are not disturbing you too much. Mr. Default says 3-0 to Sunderland is crazy. Aaron Wan-Bissaka let me down on FPL. 3-0 is crazy, but equally, what's the word? I mean, if you pick Aaron Wan-Bissaka for anything, he's gonna let you down. Let's be honest. And didn't you have to like watch him play for God knows how many years, and you still picked him? Still, it's like I can't give much sympathy. I'm sorry. How you doing, Dan? Dan says Isak still hasn't left Newcastle. It will happen soon. I think they're just waiting for the Liverpool game to be over and done with first, and then he'll probably leave. Don't talk about my Wan-Bissaka like that. Got the team up here. Man City are quite extra with their little graphics. I guess it allows them to say that they recruited a graphics design firm to build this for them, and that's where some of the money went. So that's probably why they've got a fancier graphic than most people. But anyway, as you can see, they got James Trafford, Rico Lewis, John Stones, Ruben Diaz. Ait Nouri playing against his former team, Nico, Bernardo Silva, Oscar Bob, Tiani Reinders, quite excited to see him, Doku and Haaland. Haaland's the only one wearing black boots, although some of you can't see that. I don't know if there's anything in that. Haaland keeping it simple. None of these multicolored boots. Haaland's keeping it pretty old school. Charlie says Liverpool's defense is really bad at the moment. They need to sort that out. I think Konate in particular, I think they can kind of remedy it to a certain degree by just keeping one extra man at the back. Like too often they're getting countered, and it's like they don't have the man advantage when they're getting countered. So it's like it's 2 versus 2 or it's 3 versus 3, and it's like. You need an extra man back. I'm hoping this is something they can sort, because yesterday was not an isolated incident. The same thing happened versus Crystal Palace, and the same thing also happened in pre-season. So I'm hoping this gets sorted soon. Dan says there's rumours a club abroad has made a bid for Isak. If I was Newcastle, I would sell him abroad. I would sell him abroad as well if I was Newcastle. Whether that will actually happen, I guess, is yet to be seen. Wolves need to get rid of this advertising coding. It's flashing. It's making me dizzy. But they've kicked off now. Let's set the timer, and I hope the timer will work. Where is it? It will work. Fantastic. Fantastic. Fish says send him to Gornik. We can arrange that. We can arrange that. It depends how much you want to pay for him. You think Reinders will play a Rodri role or Kevin De Bruyne attacking and defending? That's a good question. I mean, the weird thing is, I was going to say they've got him at the right of a front three on this graphic, but to be fair, Doku's in the middle there, and that probably won't happen. I'll see what I can see for you. He's currently the deepest... No, that's not Reinders. That's Ruben Diaz. I'm waiting for them to show the pitch so I can tell you. He's currently the most advanced. He's currently... It looks like he's playing a bit more of a attacking role. So let's see if that continues. Graduation enjoyer might get Rio or Cody on the phone. How you doing, Derwood? Hope you are well also. Hope you're good. I rewatched yesterday we were talking about the Liverpool match, and I always say I'm gonna rewatch it. I rewatched the highlights. You know from the handball that I completely missed yesterday, and everyone was kind of on about. So I rewatched it back, and like the defender's like this, and then the ball hits, and I was like, okay, fine, ball to hand, no problem, ball to hand. The referee got it right, and then 1 second later, defender literally smacks the ball away, and I was like, that's the clearest handball I've ever seen. How does a human being look at that and make the decision that is not a handball? I'm glad I missed that yesterday, because I would have been effing and blinding, because that's the clearest handball I've ever seen in my life. And what annoys me the most is the fact that literally a highly paid person whose job it is took a second look at that. So it's not like they missed it in the moment. They actually paused the video, went back and looked at the video, and still made the informed decision that there's nothing wrong with that. Absolute insanity. And these are the same group of people who we are giving even more authority to this year. If you recall yesterday, Taster Testers were saying there's a lot more rules for referees now. Like if a goalkeeper holds onto the ball for longer than 8 seconds, it goes out for a corner and that sort of stuff. And I'm like, these referees, they can't do the basic thing. Like, they can't recognize a clear handball. So then how can they do the slightly more complex thing of implementing these more complex rules? It's nonsense. It's like the referees, they can't pour milk into a glass, which is basically like recognizing a handball. They can't do that. They can't do the basic thing. Yet we want them to cater a wedding for 1,000 people, i.e., make use of all these rules and implement all these rules. It's terrible. It is terrible. It should have been a red. Yes, it was a clear goal scoring opportunity for Ekitike. It was the last man. He literally slapped the ball like it was Will Smith walking up to Chris Rock, and absolutely nothing happened. Apparently I think they gave a free kick to Bournemouth or something as well. But yeah, I watched that back, and I literally had to rewatch it like 3-4 times, because the match did finish quite late. The match finished at like 10:30 at night UK time. So then I was watching it at like 11, and I literally had to watch that back like 3 times just to check my eyes were not deceiving me. It's insane. Yeah, we do know who's on. I think Michael Oliver, wasn't it? Insanity. Fish says oi. Sunderland are the best team in the league currently, says Mr. Defoe. They're first. Let's see if they can keep it up. Hugo Ekatika says, hello, remember me from last night? Of course I remember you from last night. I remember you from last night, and I also remember you from a few weeks ago when you were Milos Kirkes and you were telling us about your love for chicken, mushroom and sweet corn pizza. Hope you're good. Semenyo would be class for Liverpool. I love how he kind of responded to the incident yesterday by just getting 2 goals. You know what I mean? I'm like fair play. Hopefully that angered a few people, but yeah, very dangerous, very dangerous on the counter, very direct. I was about to say I wouldn't mind him, but I'm like that's perhaps not strong enough. I'd be like I'd be happy. I'd be happy to take him. I'd be happy to take him. Yeah, it's like the Odegaard one against Liverpool. To a certain degree, it's I don't know if that one was even worse. Sorry, like yesterday's one. I don't know if yesterday's one was even worse. To me, like to me, kind of yesterday's handball was even worse. Due to the fact that Ekitike was the last man. One of the worst decisions that I've ever seen. Harry's back, just getting dressed. David Vickers says, the world we live in now is going to get a lot worse, fella. God bless England. What's the thing you normally say, David? Is it overpaid, overrated players? Is it overpaid, overrated players, or overpaid, overpaid players? It's one of the two. That's David's catchphrase normally. Odegaard was in the box. It should have been a pen. True. But like to a certain degree, not that I can let them off, but like it's also the fact that yesterday's handball, it was the first game of the season after they've had rest for 2 months. You know what? It wasn't like slap bang in the middle of the season where maybe they're tired, maybe they're overworked, and maybe they can miss something. It's like you just had a rest for like multiple months. It's your first day back. You should be refreshed. And the thing is, you can forgive you can forgive it to a certain degree if there's no VAR, but it's the fact that somebody took a look at that and still made the conclusion that there's nothing wrong with it. It is kind of insane. Yeah, that's it. Overrated, overpaid prima donnas. I'm like, yes, I agree with David. Oh no, my fan has just died. Never mind. It's not too hot today. Harry says, I know it's mean for Leeds, but they've gone up last season and they'll definitely go back down this season. Do you reckon? It's not mean. I think it's a fair assessment. Typically the players who come up are the ones that go straight down. I'm just gonna grab another fan, sorry, because this battery's died. Give me a second. I'm back. Oh my god, this one's battery's gonna die as well. Never mind. Take care, David. Have a good evening. Oh, there you go. Also want them to go down because it's my mate's team. That's probably the real reason, to be fair. I think Wolverhampton, who we're watching today, I think they are also at risk of going down. They've lost a lot of their good players that they had. But we'll see how they perform today. I've also been seeing posts saying Liverpool should lose points for that racist comment. Well, that's a bit silly. I mean, I think all things considered, how they handled that situation was probably the best organized thing that happened yesterday. If you think about it, so from what I gather, Semenyo let Van Dijk know, Van Dijk let the ref know, and then they kind of swiftly dealt with it. So that protocol, with respect to kind of how they handled that, was a lot better than the actual refereeing on the pitch. Fish says he made a new diss track of Harry. Why do you keep making diss tracks about Harry? Harry is literally the nicest person. I can't lie, they are funny, so I might be making it worse. But you said you were from Poland, Fish, and I've listened to your diss track. You do not have a Polish accent. Sunderland beat West Ham 3-0, says Oliver, yeah. They're currently top of the league. Harry says he still hasn't recorded his. That's okay. You're on holiday, to be fair. enjoying sunny Spain. What have you been up to? So you went to Barcelona. You went to Barcelona a few days ago, which was nice. You mentioned you visited La Sagrada Familia. Have you got like any other plans for any other day trips whilst you're there? Taste the Testers says, how's it, man? I'm good. Not too bad. I rewatched the handball from last night. You know, the one that I missed. And I have to say, the most clear handball that I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that got me a bit annoyed, but all good other than that. How about you? Mohammed needs Haaland to score for my FPL. He's in my FPL as well. So I'd be happy if he scored. Apparently the man was arrested. Apparently he put up a bit of a fight. Like he was refusing to go, and then he just and then they managed to get him out. But it's crazy. Apparently he's had a season ticket for 25 years. And I'm like, yeah, hope you enjoyed the last 25 years, because that ticket's not getting renewed. Yeah, literally basketball. It's not to kind of go on to it too much, but it's not even the fact that he just had his hand out, which is bad enough. Like if you stick your hand out, it's the fact that he literally slapped the ball, which makes it even worse. That's PGMOL for you. Taster Testers says, are you happy with the win? All things considered, I guess a win's a win. They need to sort out the kind of defensive frailty. Quite often, I think we have too many players forward, and then we get countered. And then that leaves us kind of open at the back. I think again, this is yeah. I was just looking at that. I was like, that looks horrible. Like he's sitting on the for a second. I was like, is Pep managing Wolves? Like, what's going on in my head? I was like, no, he's sitting next to Guardiola because he manages Man City. Yeah, he's got Colo Torre there as well, but I let Colo Torre off. But yeah, all things considered, a win is a win. but we need to sort out the defensive frailty at the back, which I'm sure they will. I think a 4-2 win flatters us as well. Like a 3-2 win would have been fair, and I think a draw would have also been fair. Like if we had drawn yesterday, I'd be like, yeah, we kind of deserve that. So a 4-2 win, kind of all things considered, can't really complain too much. Harry's been chilling around the pool. I might go to the beach or bars. I'm coming home on Thursday, so not long now. Very nice. Are you excited to be back, or as in, are you excited to come back, or would you rather stay there for longer? Mr. Defoe is from the future, and he just watched Man United beat Arsenal 3-2. Who scored in this futuristic scenario? Just so that we can hold you accountable tomorrow if it doesn't happen. Mohamed removed Isak 40 minutes ago because he wasn't playing and needed to swap quick to Haaland. Fair enough. Fish says, we do not care. And then Harry says, Fish, no one cares about your opinion or input. That's pretty savage. Especially the or input part. I might use that. I might use that line going forward. Graduation Enjoyer says, I can't get any Liverpool tickets, but that guy can. I guess the comforting consolation is he won't get any more. It's just wild. It's just wild to do that. Especially like if you see his sleeve, you know, you can get this kind of the stickers on the sleeve with the sponsors. He's got the sponsor sticker on the sleeve that says no room for racism. Clearly common sense is not his strength. Taster Tester says Semenyo was on fire yesterday. Yeah, he looked absolutely amazing. Playing with oh yeah, of course. So Wolves, I was thinking, why are Wolves clapping in the 18th minute? Isn't it 20th? Is it not 20th? But Jota was number 18 for Wolves, so that's why. That's why they're clapping. But yeah, Semenyo was on fire yesterday. Yeah, he's a good player. He's rapid. I like kind of how direct he is. And he's a pretty good finisher as well. Ooh, Haaland with like a clear header there and just heads it over the bar. Fish says, don't talk about my bird. We'll try. We will try our best. Harry's happy to be back and not at the same time because it means I can play on my PS5. So that's the positive side. But also it means I can't chill, have unlimited drink and cooked breakfast. That's the downside. I see what you mean. Ooh, Wolves are through here. I thought the player was onside there, but he stuck his hand up. Durwood says, serious question. The rumor that Chelsea are interested in Konate, is it a rumor or are they really? That's a good question. For now, I guess it's just a rumor. But hey, if Konate wants to repeat the Torres, or go down the Torres route, that's up to him. Controversial take. Like, I think Konate is very good, physically very good. But when he's not alongside Van Dijk, as an example for France, he doesn't quite look as good. Apparently, Real Madrid might also try and get him. Who knows? SB says, "How are you after yesterday, lad?" Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. All things considered, good result. We didn't deserve a 4-2. 3-2 would have been fine, and to be honest, a draw probably would have been fine. But happy with the result, all things considered. But we do need to sort out the defense. And it doesn't necessarily have to always be to like buy a new player. Like I know we're probably gonna get Mark Gahey from Palace, but the solution doesn't always have to be that. It looks like it's more kind of organizational. So I'm hoping they'll sort it out. SB can get Liverpool tickets for €90. Well, there you go. Graduation enjoyer. SB can hook you up. Fish says, "What the fish?" Thank you very much. Someone said that, yeah, that guy is a season ticket holder for many years. Hope he doesn't get a refund. Very true. Hope he doesn't get a refund, and I hope they give his ticket to someone else. Because there's the criminal side with respect to kind of what the police are going to do, but there's also the kind of private side with respect to what Liverpool are going to do as a private institution. To be honest, they'd probably take his ticket off him and not let him renew it. Fish says, Harry says, "Who you talking to?" It's probably to you. Drupal Arrow Smith said, "Your take on the Isak situation." could be here for half an hour discussing that, to be honest. All things considered, I'm trying to summarize like 30 minutes of thoughts in my head. But to summarize it, basically just let the guy go now. You're going to get 130 million. Use that 130 million to rebuild. I've seen some people, some fans saying, "You know what? We'd rather let Isak rot in the reserves." And that doesn't make any sense to me. Because if you think about it, if you let Isak rot in the reserves, hypothetically speaking, the impact of that is three ways. So number one, you won't get any money for him. So it's a financial impact. Number two, you'll do worse in the league because you don't have a proper striker up front. So there's a performance impact. And number three, any foreign player sees that in the future, they're not going to want to join you. So there's a transfer impact. So there's a financial impact, number one. There's a performance impact, number two. There's a transfer impact, number three. So if you let him rot in the reserves, you're basically saying Isak's bigger than your club, because you're sacrificing the future of your club for a random Swedish striker. That's the way I see it. To sum up, I could go on for longer. But if they go down any of these routes, to me it says Isak's bigger than their club, which he is not. Let's be honest. Newcastle are a big club. And to be honest, I think they probably will sell him, all things considered. I think they're just waiting for the Liverpool game to pass first, and then we should see a bit of movement. Taste the testers of life. My predictions on the goals for City. City will score in the 33rd minute, and again on the 71st. Well, yesterday you said 35, and the actual goal happened 37. So I think we just need to add 2 minutes onto the predictions, following yesterday's pattern, which means 35 minutes and 73 minutes. SB says someone like that doesn't represent Liverpool at all. Lifetime ban, yeah, and court case, yeah. What I find the most bewildering as well is that's how he's reacting in like the most unpressured situation. You know what I mean? It's like the first game of the season. And I think it was maybe 0-0 or 1-0 at the time. So I'm like, if that's how you react in like a relatively chill. Oh my God, Wolves have scored. Are they going to give it as an off? Is it offside? Oh, he's got his flag up. I'm waiting to see the replay. I didn't think he was offside. Ah, he is just offside. He is just offside, to be fair. Which is a shame. Because that was a really good cross and a really good header. Is it Munetsi? Yeah, you have a tendency of jinxing it sometimes. Was it the other day when you said some goalkeeper? Was it the PSG goalkeeper? Was it you that said the PSG goalkeeper's doing really well, and then you let a howler in? Fish has a wonderful time with his friend named Robbie. Well, that's nice. You have a pet bird named Robbie. Your thoughts on Leone? He's absolutely massive, so that's like the most important thing. To be totally honest with you, seen a few compilations, looks pretty good. Won't pretend to be an expert. Physically, I mean, he's massive, so that's always a positive for a defender. Comes across well in his interviews. The price was really good, 26 million, which is absolutely nothing these days. So I'd say I'm excited. I'm excited to see him. Yeah, is this on the Isak situation? At this point, just let the guy go and move on as a club, because I think the whole situation also is casting like a shadow over the club, and it's kind of making it made the club have a terrible pre-season. And they are a big club, like as much as people banter them, like they are a big club. So now they need to show it. Wolves are through again here. Come on, you should score this. And he doesn't score. Is that Munetsi? Was he offside again? Tupac says, what in the name of origin? Stop annoying my nephew. I have a feeling that could be fish. And Harry also has a feeling it could be fish. How you doing, Johnny? AKA Jonathan. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Yeah. To be honest, what I will say is I appreciate people that are annoyed, but like equally, like I see certain people calling him like the bloke in the wheelchair, kind of nasty things online. You know what I mean? So what he did was wrong, and they are gonna deal with that. But then some people online were kind of using it as an excuse to hate on everyone who's in a wheelchair, and I was like, okay, you're kind of doing the similar thing that the accused did. Harry knows that that's fish. We're going to have a huge team when this window closes. They're going to tower Salah. Yeah. Salah's gonna be the shortest guy in the team. They're gonna tower Salah. They're gonna tower Elliot if he's still there. But everyone else is going to be massive. Wolves look like they might get a cheeky win against City, said the sleeper. They've had some good chances. Oh, you're saying they love a cheeky win. We will be here for that. SB is ahead of me in the game for once. I'm on 30-52. I don't know what Takahiro means, Fish. Harry's going out. Take care, Harry. Enjoy sunny Spain. Enjoy the free breakfasts. He was offside, yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, Frimpong as well, yeah. All our players are like either super tall or super short. There's nobody in the middle. Flip side, Ekitike is massive. Ekitike is massive. Gakpo's massive. Van Dijk's massive. Leone's even more massive. Alisson's massive. Mamadashvili's massive. Van Dijk's massive. Kanate's massive. Runnerman Steve says may have been offside, but the header went through Trafford. Yeah, it doesn't really instill much confidence. Trafford's looking a bit nervy out there. Afternoon, by the way. Yeah, afternoon to you too. Hope you're doing well. Is it evening? Because it's 6:05. When does evening start? Does evening start at 6 p.m.? So we could we say it's evening? Who knows? Mr. Dave says hello. How are you? I'm good. I'm not too bad. The weather's getting a bit colder now, which is nice. So that keeps me happy. How about you? How are things with you? Hope you are good, Mr. Daves. Wolves are actually not playing. Wolves are actually not playing too badly here. All things considered. Fish says good morning, just to be edgy and different. Fish, we know it's not morning where you are. Oh, they scored their classic. They scored their classic. They scored their classic goal. Get it out wide. Pass it along the floor. Haaland taps it in, of course. I mean, he's in my FPL team. Not that I care about that. But it's just the same goal. The same goal they've been scoring for the past 10 years. Pass it along the floor. Tap it in. God. Jesus. Just watching the replay. Is somebody going to be offside? There might be. No, Haaland's clearly onside. Never mind. It's just the same goal every single time. Regardless of if it's De Bruyne who doesn't play for them anymore, or if it's David Silva who doesn't play for them anymore. It's just get it wide, pass it along the floor, and then somebody will tap it in. Johnny says, how are you doing? But don't cry when Chelsea wins the league. I'm good, man. I did a bit of exercise today. I couldn't be bothered to make breakfast, so I just had lunch for breakfast. Then I did a bit of exercise. Then I went for a walk. And then it was somehow 5:30. So that's basically my day. I need to watch a show in the evening. I've not. Oh no, I was playing Call of Duty as well. But I need to watch a show in the evening. I haven't watched the show for about a week, so I need to find something to watch. Durwood says you sent your weather here. It's hot and gross. Apologies about that. You've done the nice thing. You've sent your cold weather to us, and we've sent you that horrible hot weather. I was just looking at like hotel prices, like out of curiosity, and like the hotel that I stayed at in March, which was £100 a night, is now £350 a night because it's summer. But it's just crazy. Like, I would have stayed there for free in this weather, but yeah, I'm hoping we get cooler weather soon. Yeah, just as you were saying, City have all the ball and doing nothing. You jinxed it. Runnerman Steve, our Maltese aviation expert, has jinxed it, but that's okay. Haaland's on my FPL as well. Oh, the breaking through again here. Some guy on the left. I don't even know who that is. That's Savinho who scored. Oh, it's Reinders. Fair play. I still haven't finished complaining about the first goal, and now they've scored the second. Well, I hope Sunderland don't mind finishing runners up. Yeah, Moments FC. I think Simon's Moments FC was in response to the previous goal, and since then they've got another. To be fair, it's the overload again. Man City have 3 players up top, and Wolves just have 2 at the back. That's Andre's fault. Andre completely missed the ball, and as he's running back, he's shaking his head. Man City countered with a man's advantage. That's the risk. That's the risk when you put multiple players forward. You get countered, and it's a good finish by Reinders. Yeah, you were. To be honest, the second goal just happened on the 37 minute. Did we say 30 minute? Did we say 37 minutes? I think you predicted 35. And we said let's add on 2 minutes because you were just 2 minutes off yesterday. And then was the second goal? Should we have a quick look? Was the second goal 37 minute? Because that's what we said. It was 37 minute. There we go. Reinders 37 minute. Haaland 34 minute. So I think we should collectively do the lottery today. Liverpool Prophet says, "Hi mate, how's it going? Yeah, good, not too bad. Surviving. How are you? Check out Prison Break. It's great. Yeah, I've seen Prison Break. Prison Break was very good, especially the earlier seasons. I tend to just watch like these days. I tend to just watch kind of true crime documentaries, which are like 2-3 episodes, and it's about some messed up thing that happened somewhere. The last one I watched is the Amy. Has anyone seen the Amy Bradley is Missing documentary? I was just gonna say what happened, and then I stopped myself. But yeah, if you, cause I don't want to spoil it for people. But yeah, if you like kind of crime shows, there's documentary on Netflix called Amy Bradley is Missing. Very good. I enjoyed that. So those are the kind of things I like watching. Yeah, the whole family is in here at this stage. 2-pack. Yeah, I'm losing track. Because then Fish will appear at the very end and say, "Name my family members." And I'm like, if it was real names, I could maybe remember. But it's like 2-pack's brother, Sorry, Tupac fan is your brother. The one with the Dortmund logo, I think that's your mom, apparently. But if it was proper names, whatever, I might remember it a bit better. If you don't want to eat breakfast, do it the American way and drink alcohol. That wouldn't resolve the hunger though. I ended up basically having a burger for breakfast because I just wanted lunch. Weather's better now, says Running Man Steve. Preferred it for running. Long distance running is not nice in the heat. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit cooler, especially today. I can feel a bit of wind from this window. So it's getting a bit better. Simon is saying you should watch Queen of the South. It's very good. 5 seasons, about 40 minutes per episode, so it's not too much either. I've not heard of that. What's it? What's that about? It also doesn't help that many people don't want to visit here, says Darewood, so hotels have to bump up the prices. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, to kind of maintain, to try and kind of maintain the profit margins. Yeah. It kind of works for me. Like, I prefer going on holidays when it's colder, and which most people don't. So then it works out a bit cheaper for me. But yeah, out of curiosity, like typically maybe I go on like 4 or 5 little holidays a year, and then in summer, just out of curiosity, I look at what the prices are, and it will be like 3 times what it was, and it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I stick to the colder weathers. Simon says, "Where's Darewood? Based in the US." Finley says, "I can't believe Sunderland," and Finley doesn't even want to say the name. Can't believe they won. Absolutely gutted. Yeah, they are. I mean, if everything stays the same, Sunderland gonna be league champions. So not to make your day any worse, Finley. Finley says, "Have you watched Dexter?" I tried to watch one. I watched a few episodes. It's fine. To be honest with you, like back in the day, when I was younger, like I could watch like series. So I watched like Smallville, which was like 10 seasons. I watched Prison Break, which was 6-7 seasons. These days, I more watch like smaller things that are like 2-3 episodes, like documentaries, like crime documentaries, or horror movies. Those are the two that I generally watch. But yeah, I'll have to find a good crime documentary. Taste the Testers says, if you take the money away from Man City, there'll be just another West Ham. Yeah, that is undeniable. Bowen struggling without Kudus at West Ham. Yeah, they didn't have a particularly good result today. Johnny got a girlfriend. Congratulations, Johnny. Very happy for you. That is good news. Is she a football fan? Because I remember you saying it's it would be nice if she was a football fan, but it's not a mandatory requirement. Hugo says Sal Kanate buy Schlotterbeck from Dortmund. Is he injured though, Schlotterbeck? I think he got a pretty nasty injury. Unless I'm mistaken there. Don't watch the new Last Airbender. I think it's made for kids. Yeah, that's the other thing I don't like. Things that are made for kids. Like I started playing the new Spider-Man game, but quickly it became apparent that this entire game is for kids, and then I stopped playing it. So yeah, I like things that are for. It doesn't have to be adults, but like if it's too childish, I won't like it. He's left-footed, to be fair. That is a rarity. Who scored for City? Reinders got the second goal, and Haaland got the first goal. Fish says, "Where's my bro?" Your bro is on the other account when you logged out. This is your bro over here. Two back fan TV. Finley doesn't know what Ezri Konsa was thinking. Like, to be honest, it looked like he just wasn't thinking at all. Gordon was fully through, pretty much hacked him down. I don't know what he. I mean, I guess he just wasn't thinking. One of those things. Taste the Testers enjoys a limited series because these days waiting for another season just to hear it's cancelled annoys me. That is true, especially when they end on a cliffhanger. It can be pretty annoying. But yeah, these days, like, I'll watch a horror movie or true crime documentaries. They're my jam. Most of them are good. Sometimes they can be quite boring, but in general they're pretty good. Hugo Ekatike says Konza red card wasn't a red. He didn't touch Gordon. Oh, okay, interesting. I saw like a replay on one of those social media things. It was Twitter or something. All I saw was kind of Gordon going through, and then basically Konza get in the way and Gordon fall over. I probably need to look at it closely to see if he touched him or not. But on the face of it, I thought, okay, that's a red. Johnny's girlfriend is 17 and plays chess too and is a Chelsea fan. I mean, that is pretty good going. I'm happy for you. You seem to have a lot in common. So you both play chess, both fans of Chelsea. It's good stuff. Johnny says, Fish, you have a brother. I used to have a brother too. His name is Sonny. Yeah, where has Sonny gone? Jenny asks about Sonny. And Johnny also asks about Sonny. Jenny and Johnny. I've never noticed that before. But yeah, where's Sonny disappeared to? Taste the Testers says, what's your prediction for the Barcelona game starting in 10 minutes? Yeah, I was gonna watch that one instead. But then I decided let's keep it at the Premier League. Who are they playing again? Mallorca. Barcelona will probably win that, to be fair. 2-0, maybe. Hugo Ekatike says, Tyson Fury versus Van Dijk. Who you choose to protect you? I mean, if I had to have a bodyguard, I'd probably pick Tyson Fury. Van Dijk seems more like the more of the kind of gentle giant type. I guess the question would be, would you pick Van Dijk or Konate to protect you? I'd probably pick Konate. Stonewall Red, says Simon. Is this the Konza thing? I need to watch it back. Let's see it a bit closer. Finley says Konza grabbed Gordon's shoulder and brought him down. So Finley agrees with Simon that it's a clear red. But Hugo Ekatike, aka Milos Kirkes, aka Chicken Mushroom and Sweet Corn Pizza, is on the other side, calling him a diving cheat. I need to see this back. I'm just putting a dot in the chat because I've noticed it thinks it's just on TikTok, because TikTok about half time it closes because it says I'm inactive. So I've just put a dot on TikTok just to show it I'm not inactive, and I'm hoping today it doesn't crash, because Because when it crashes and then I look at it, it says you're inactive, and I'm like, I'm not inactive. So that's what happened yesterday, and that's also what happened against the PSG game. So I put a dot on TikTok. So I'm hoping it thinks I'm not inactive. So let's see. I was worried about that. I hope he's okay. I can't lie, I was a bit concerned. Doge says afternoon/evening. How you doing? I hope you are good. Half time in this game, which means I will set the time. I'm good with the timer today. You see what I mean? Oh shit. I'm on it today. Wish we could have got João Pedro before Chelsea did. He's a good player, to be fair. João Pedro. I wouldn't have minded him. I would have been quite happy with him as well. Can we get a 10,000? Why is it a 10,000 second silence? How many minutes is 10,000 seconds? So 60 seconds is a minute. So 600 seconds is 10 minutes. So it's about 18 minutes. You want like an 18-minute silence? We don't even know what's happened to him. He might just be on holiday. Konza was defending and just tapped Gordon's shoulder. Wasn't strong enough to knock him to the ground. Now that it's half time, I'm gonna have a look, like see if I can find like a proper clip. I'm obviously not gonna put it on the screen, but I'm just seeing if I can. I'm just seeing if I can see it again. Konza, straight red card. Okay, so Newcastle on the counter. I mean, Konza's arm goes up towards his head, but they're not showing the replay. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see like a proper replay. But like all the clips are just of like the normal camera view. Like I want it to zoom in. Would you rather have 3 John Wicks or the whole expendable team as bodyguards? Who was I can't even remember who Expendables was. These guys. How many are in the team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I'd go with these since there's 9 of them. Or is this the whole team up here? Yeah, I'd go with these guys. Simply based on numbers. Dodge says you should get a green screen lol, but then you don't get to see my amazing background. Katike was like Snoop Dogg. AFC Dave says, I want him out, Arteta out, win the dog out, Odegaard out. What about Havertz? Is Havertz in? Does Havertz get to stay, or is Havertz also out? Is he the real Hugo Ekitike or no? Well, he's saying that he's not, but yesterday Hugo Ekitike was on the pitch and there was no Hugo Ekitike here. And then 5 minutes after Hugo Ekitike got subbed, then he suddenly appeared in the chat. So as far as I'm concerned, this could be the real Hugo. I guess the real indicator will be the next time Liverpool play. And then we'll know. Johnny says he's not on a holiday because he was on a concert. But he didn't stop rage baiting on your stream? He was at a concert, or who was the concert of? Was it like Taylor Swift? LFC number one fan. The ref yesterday was shocking. He was, especially like 10 minutes into a new season, to make a mistake. To make a mistake like that after you've watched it back. Like if there was no VAR, you can if there was no VAR, you can understand why they'd make a mistake. But it's more the fact that they've watched that back and still said that there's nothing wrong with it. Whole expendable team to protect you, or the whole LFC squad? I mean, what's the context? What's the context through which I'm being protected? I guess that's the question. Like, am I just walking down the street, or is there like a like if I'm just walking or like am I stuck in a building where people are trying to break in? I think I'd probably go for the whole expendable team, because it looks like there's a lot of them. German giraffe out, Martinelli out. I see Dave is very excited about the game tomorrow. I can't lie, so am I. I'm seeing it as a win-win, because either it's a draw, which is great because then the points are split, or Arsenal win, which is great because then it means Man United have 0 points, or Man United win, which is great because it means Arsenal have 0 points. So I'm seeing tomorrow as a win-win. How are you doing, E? That's nice. John Wick is the goal because he's a Johnny too. Yeah, that's good thinking, to be fair. I didn't think of that one. Odegaard's new name is Oh Dear God. I'm surprised it's taken that long. As good as a slander name as that is, I'm surprised it's taken so long to come up with that. But you know what I mean? It's almost too good. Taste the Testers is off now. Yeah, enjoy your day and enjoy your evening as well. Take care. Arsenal fan and Pedro Neto clears Saka. Do you reckon? I'm a neutral and I'd say Saka's better. Yeah, I'd probably give it to Saka. Hugo Ekatike, aka Milos Kirkes, says, "Were you a barber? Because you look like my old barber." I am not a barber. Maybe in a past life somewhere, but not in this one. E is watching City, and I have to say this Reinders is quality. He's a good player. He plays quite well for Netherlands. Did quite well for AC Milan last season. And got a nice goal as well. He's faster. I mean, he's a bit quicker than I presumed as well. LFC fan says, "I can't believe someone pushed Mo." Is that in the game yesterday, and then Salah pushed him back? Is Gyökeres doing good for Arsenal or not? Well, I guess we will find out tomorrow. I gotta say, I quite like the header he scored in pre-season. That was pretty good. Johnny says, "Hugo, he's not a barber, he is Mamacita." Thank you as always. Hugo wanted Liverpool to sign a reindeer, but only if we can name him Rudolph, right? Fish's new video is out. What's your new video of Fish? Is it of you saying very nice things about Harry? I presume so. Has he honestly said that? I didn't know that. You got Odegaard coming out saying second isn't a failure. That's a captain. Has he actually said that? That is shocking. I understand the I understand kind of why you're so concerned then. That's not what you want to come out and say. Because he's just lowering expectations from the start. If second is not a failure, does that mean second is a success? I wouldn't class second as a success. For Arsenal. For Arsenal, it's not a success. For Sunderland, yes, it's a success. Yeah, that's pretty shocking. Johnny hates Barcelona. I thought Barcelona were your team alongside Chelsea. Well, you've got Rashford now. You've got the player that you wanted earlier or a few months ago. So let's see how that works out. Man, they pile on these ads, don't they? Zame says, hope you're well. Hope you're well also, Zame. What would you say is harder to win between the Premier League and the Champions League? Probably the Premier League is harder, I think, because it requires kind of a lot more consistency. And I think you have to play well for more games. Whereas I think Champions League, there's a bit more variability. So I'd say kind of from that perspective, Champions League does seem a bit easier because it's more, you've got to play well in this game. You've got to play well in that game. And you can also kind of get draws and then go through on penalties. Whereas in the Premier League, if you get a draw, you've got 1 point, whereas the other team maybe has 3 points. So I'd say given that Champions League is basically a cup competition, probably that. I know it's turned into a bit more of a league competition this year, but the latter half, the half that matters, you could argue, is a cup competition. So I'd say league is a lot more difficult. Johnny loves Barcelona. You want Tuchel back? Well, England will probably give him back if you ask very nicely. Johnny says, man on the screen is a cutie. Or I think man on the screen appreciates the kind words. Hugo says, Liverpool are going to win the Champions League this year. We are here for that. I do miss kind of getting towards the end of getting towards the latter end of the Champions League. There's something really amazing about Champions League nights, if you know what I mean. And I guess that's what makes the Champions League a bit more interesting. Because like everything comes down to one game, and then it just makes you a lot more nervous, and it makes you a lot more worried. And then when you do end up winning that game, the payoff feels a lot better. Whereas with Premier League, you might win the league because another team lost to the second, or the second place team lost, and it can feel a bit more underwhelming. But that's just my opinion. Johnny is going to whatever that says, and it's all over your screen. Well, you might need to get some wipes or something, or a towel. Hugo says, your neighborhood seems quiet. Are you secretly in a mansion? It is quite quiet around here. That's why I like it here. It is very quiet. Like, last night when I said I'm going for a walk at 10:30 and you were like, yeah, stay safe. I was like, I will. I won't see anyone. And I don't think I saw anybody. And I think one car went past, and I thought that was weird. But yeah, I do like it here. It is quite quiet. Mamacita. I still don't know why you call me that, but it is what it is. Who would you choose to be England manager if it was your choice? Some people would say Klopp, but I don't think Klopp would work. I think Klopp works more with respect to building a relationship with his players and fostering that relationship to then get the best out of them. But I don't think you can really build a relationship with players if you see them for 2 months and then you don't see them for if you see them for 2 games and you don't see them for 2 months. You know what I mean? Who are the top managers? Guardiola, no. Klopp, no. I think Arne Slot would probably work quite well. And from an English perspective, who is there? Lampard, no. Gerrard, no. Big Sam, no. Arteta, no. I know he's Spanish. Ruben Amorim, no. International football is weird. Just kind of down to the fact that there's kind of big gaps, and it makes it a lot harder to kind of implement a way of playing. Second half has started, so we'll restart the timer. Virgil is LFC number one's fans' favourite. That is a good choice. Danburn, Tamari, Konza, James is your England back four. Tamori, sorry. Yeah, that's a pretty good back four. Yeah, Harry Redknapp's one back in the day. I used to kind of always say, I wish Harry Redknapp got a chance. And the funny thing is, I was literally thinking of Harry Redknapp a few seconds ago, but I was like, yeah, not anymore. But yeah, back in the day, he was the one that I kind of always wanted. Ooh, Wolves almost scored there. Wolves almost scored. Ben says, what's the best boots for strikers? I would not have any idea. The last time I bought football boots was maybe 20 years ago when I was in school. Who would you have, Arne Slot or Jurgen Klopp? Well, we've had Klopp now, so, and I think Slot has won the league in his first season, so I'm happy with who we have now. Ekatike is 6'2", he just wears tall boots. Okay, interesting. That is coming from the source himself, so we'll have to take that from the man himself. Tuchel is a football mastermind. Have you seen 2021 Chelsea? I have. I've also seen his other teams. I don't think it will. I don't know if it will work for him at England. But I respect the fact that they're trying something different. So who knows? There you go. Johnny says. So Ben was saying, what's the best football boots for strikers? Johnny says it's F50s for Johnny as a centre midfielder. Well, there you go. Sounds like a pretty good recommendation. James Milner, next England manager, coach, aka Jordan Henderson. Yeah, maybe in the future. I think they'll need to perhaps learn their trade a little bit. James Milner is definitely one of those players who you can see becoming a coach. Jordan Henderson less so, but James Milner definitely I can see him becoming a manager when he's older. Yeah, I know it's not the real Hugo Ekitike. I'm just messing with him. I just wear boots that fit me because I got wide feet. Size 12, fair enough. You just gotta pick whatever fits. Johnny touches himself whilst thinking of me. Well, that is the effect I was going for. So I'm glad that is working. Fish is telling me to go to school. I think I'd look a bit dodgy hanging around the school. Unless it's like an evening school. Ooh, Hugo Ekatike with the controversial questions. What's your favorite sandwich? I mean, I don't like any complicated sandwiches. But that's mostly because I've never eaten complicated sandwiches. Like, this question came up the other day. I was talking to somebody and they were telling me that they made like a sandwich like cherry jam and some posh cheese, and I was like, bro, I don't even know what cherry jam is. No, chili jam and some posh cheese and some Plowman's, whatever that is. And I was like, bro, I've never done any of this. I tend to just go for like a tuna sandwich, but it has to be with crisps to take away the taste of the tuna. I know that doesn't make sense, but that tends to be my go-to, because I feel like, you know what, okay, tuna's got protein, it's not too fattening. I know it comes with mayonnaise, but it's not too fattening. That tends to be what I go for. Hugo says, is that chicken tikka sandwich? Yeah, chicken tikka sandwiches can be quite good. LFC fan says ham sandwich is good. Johnny says he likes a £3 sandwich. I won't ask what that means. Fish says Solanke, ew. Why don't you like Solanke? Is there a reason for that? What's your favorite pizza toppings? That's a good question. These questions are getting a bit difficult. I'd say generally speaking, I don't think you can go wrong with like pepperoni pizza. Generally speaking, but the best pizza I ever had was in New York, and it was margarita pizza. So nothing fancy. So I think. So yeah, it's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to conceptualize. But yeah, generally speaking, pepperoni's great, chicken's great, beef can be good, lamb can be good. But margarita can also be very good if done correctly. That's quite a good one, to be fair, Johnny. Johnny says, you like margarita, I like mamacita. I walked into that one. Fish likes a fish sandwich, of course you do. LFC fan misses Jota, Nunes, Gomez and Tsimikas. If it's any consolation, Gomez did come on yesterday and he looked pretty good. So hopefully he can get back to full fitness very soon. Van Dijk versus Zlatan in a 1-on-1 fist fight. That's a good question. I mean, I could cheat and say, well, right now I'd go for Van Dijk because Van Dijk's younger, so he's probably in a better physical condition. Now, if the question is in their primes, then that becomes a bit more difficult. Something tells me Zlatan isn't as tough as he makes out, so I'd go for Van Dijk. Ava says, hi again, how are you? It's your birthday on Monday, I believe. See, I remembered. Happy birthday to you. HB LFC says, do we get Isak done before the Newcastle game? Nope. I think it will be after the game. Yeah, Monday. Monday the 18th is Ava's birthday. Johnny says £3 sandwich. Is that £3 as in the cost of it? Isn't that like the normal price for a sandwich? Oh, it might be a bit expensive, depending where you go. No worries, no worries. Yellow card for Reinders. Has anyone scored in the Barcelona game? Rafinha has scored a while back. It's 1-0 to Barcelona against Mallorca. I can't say that's too surprising. Fish's favourite food is avocado, and then kiwis, and then strawberries twice, and then green apples, and then coconut, and then donut, and then pancake, and then egg, and then cheese. And then avocado, and then kiwi, and then donut, and then water. So I'm glad there's a bit of fluid. Is this like one meal? Is this your last meal? And then a telephone. I don't quite understand the telephone. Do you use the telephone to call a doctor after you eat all that sugar? That is the question. I don't think Wolves are going to do much, unfortunately. They were doing quite well at the start. But I think going 2 goals down has removed all belief from the team. Wolves just tried the exact same thing that Man City did to get a goal, but Wolves did not have a player at the back post. Lfc number 1 fan says, Mo, I feel so bad for Mo. He was the last one off the pitch yesterday because he was crying. Yeah, because of Jota. Yeah, he stayed there for a while. It looks like he needed that as well. So it's good. It's good that he was able to kind of get that moment. Johnny says, end the stream or sleep with Rudiger. End the stream. Why would I want to sleep with Rudiger, number 1? And number 2, has anybody asked Rudiger what his thoughts are? Because I don't think Rudiger will be particularly pleased about that either. £3 is 10-week-old bread, 10 years old sauce, and whatever that means at the very end. Good to know. Good context. Fish has updated his favourite food, and it kind of made sense at the start, but at the very end, you've basically got a plug. Please do not try eating a plug. And it looks like an American plug. They are not for consumption. Yeah, he was his best friend, says Liverpool fan. Yeah, yeah, it's it's a tough situation. Everybody deals with these situations in different ways. And I remember like when this stuff first happened, a lot of people were kind of complaining that, oh, Salah hasn't said anything, Salah hasn't tweeted anything, Salah hasn't put anything on his post. Like people deal with situations in different ways. And this was just Salah's way of dealing with it. But it looked like yesterday is something that he needed. And even in the game, he seemed a bit more kind of anxious, you know, when he kind of pushed the defender. So it was definitely on his mind. But yeah, I'm hoping that helps his healing process. Yeah, please do not eat cigarettes, fish. Zame struggles to rank these. Shankly, Dalglish, Gerrard, Salah, Klopp. I think everyone would struggle to kind of rank those. From my perspective, I didn't see Shankly. I didn't see Dalglish. So can I cheat and maybe remove those from the equation? Because I didn't see them personally. Whereas if you say rank Gerrard, Salah and Klopp, rank, but also like rank based on what? Rank based on achievements, or rank them based on what they mean to me? I'd probably go Man City have scored again, but who cares? This is more important. Whilst I think about Zame's question, Tony has said, I'm a Man United fan, but 100% prayers and condolences to the club and family. Diogo Jota and Andre Silva gone way too early in life, 100%. Appreciate the kind words, Tony. I agree with everything you've said. Gone way too soon. Terrible kind of tragedy. But it's kind of good to see kind of how kind of fans from other teams also are kind of sending their well wishes. So that's good to see. So yeah, appreciate that very much, Tony. But yeah, Zaim, I'm struggling with your question, you know. I guess the reason why I'm struggling is because I'm simultaneously trying to rank this from an achievement perspective and also from a what they mean to me perspective, and they're kind of polar opposites. I guess from an achievement perspective, even then it's pretty hard, isn't it? From an achievement perspective, I'm tempted to say Klopp, Salah, Gerrard. Whereas from a perspective of if I was building a team, who would I want in the team? I'd probably go Gerrard, Klopp, Salah. Gerrard for me was the best Liverpool player I've seen in my lifetime. Klopp is the best manager I've had in my lifetime. So I'd be forced to put it in that order. Ah, yeah, it's because he never went to his funeral. Fair enough. It's understandable. Salah is human. He doesn't need to post everything on social media. This is a very important point. People process things in different ways. And I think it's important as well because sometimes I think when people post things on social media, it feels like more of like a tick box exercise and like a PR thing, and it almost doesn't feel genuine. Like Salah could easily have posted 5 minutes later. He could easily have posted something like, I should just update the score actually. He could easily have posted something like, I don't know, thoughts and prayers with Diogo and Andre's family. Like he can easily do that. You know what I mean? So to a certain degree, sometimes when I see these posts, it just feels like a performative thing. Whereas Salah wanted to do it his own way, and you could see yesterday kind of how much you can see yesterday kind of how much it kind of meant to him. Johnny's favorite food. Johnny's favorite food is me. Well, that's good to hear. That is the effect I was going for. Johnny says, "Did you see the reels I sent you? I try to keep up with them the best I can. The best one you sent me was the one where you said, send this to somebody who would look cute in this." It was like a belly dancer thing. That was funny. That's what Fish's favorite food is. Zaim can't put Gerard last person. It's tough. Because if you look at this list, like whoever you put last in that list, there'll be an argument kind of not to put them last. So there is and it's not necessarily last if you think about it. It's just position 5. Whereas in reality, the list goes down 1,000 places. So they would still be in the top 1%. So hopefully that is a comforting thought to a certain degree. Radovan Ash says, Shankly made us the super club we are today. Kenny's the greatest Liverpool player. Has managed the club as well and brought success. Even if you didn't get to watch them, you still feel the impact. That is true. Club would not be where it is without those two, and without Mr. Bob Paisley also. But if he posted something like that, he'd be criticized for that. I wish people didn't read so much into everything the players post. Yeah, to be honest with you, what it is people are just looking for a reason to kind of criticize and a reason to complain. If Salah doesn't post anything, they criticize. If Salah posts something, they criticize and say it's not genuine enough. I think quite often with certain people, they've already made their mind up what the conclusion is, and the conclusion is Salah bad. So if they've already made up their mind what the conclusion is, regardless of what the guy does, he's gonna be the villain. So he said, you know what, I'm gonna deal with it in my own way. I'm not going to deal with it in a way to try and impress the largest percentage of people. I'm like, yeah, good for him. Like, he shouldn't have to do things based on how they look. He should do things based on what feels right to him. There's just too much kind of silly kind of point scoring that happens. And it's purely like an online thing. Like if you ask people in real life, they say the complete opposite. And it's like, why are you saying that online then? Johnny's going to report me for being this cute. That's understandable. Fish likes cigarettes and watermelon. Well, that's an interesting combination. Am I getting a delivery? I've not ordered anything. So I'm just... Yeah, I think I've not ordered anything. I mean, he's parked outside my house, but he's not. It's for the neighbours, which is fine. It'll be gone in 2 seconds. But I'm like, I haven't ordered anything, have I? And I don't think I have. Simon says City will probably challenge this year, I think. Seems to have the Pep Blinders energy. I think they'll challenge as well. 3-0 away from home is quite impressive, even if it's Wolves. I think they'll be kind of hungry and rejuvenated also, kind of given how silly we made them look last year. So they'll kind of, I wouldn't go so far as to say they want revenge, but, they're going to want to show that they're going to want to get the Premier League back. So they will most certainly be up there. I have no idea what that means, Fish, and I'm not going to translate it in case it's something profane. Also, I have no idea what that means. Johnny with quite a few emotes, quite a few Gerard emotes, I think. Then there's a cat. What a weird emote. So it's like, it kind of zooms up into the cat's face. Then, I don't know what those four are. They like, is that popcorn? And then there's 4 shush emotes. And then there's a chicken with a face on it. And then there's a bit more randomness. I mean, I was understanding at the start and then you lost me. Simon is saying you're speaking enchantment table, bro. Pretty much. Also, I have no idea what this means. And I'm not going to get it tattooed on me. But somebody somewhere probably does have that tattooed on them. Actually, I might put it on a... I might just put it in Google Translate. Oh, it doesn't let me. It allows me to pin your message, but it doesn't allow me to copy it. Oh, it does. Oh, there's a look up translate feature. Okay, let me try that. So Fishy's long message. This says the top 10 hottest football players. I should have known that's what it was. Simon is a traitor. I don't know about that. This means hello, grandma. Well, hello to you too. That, I presume, is not any language, Johnny. That looks like you falling over onto the keyboard. And then that looks like you also falling over onto the keyboard. Fish is back in a language that I understand. Is Javier Manquillo a traitor? I've never really felt like he was a traitor, to be honest. Where did he go from Liverpool? Did he go to Newcastle from Liverpool? I wouldn't class him as a traitor. Would you? Do you feel personally aggrieved by his move? Oh, he went to Sunderland from Liverpool. So we went from Sunderland to Newcastle. I'm sure they would have loved that, given their local rivalry. Shirky's coming on. Haaland's coming off. So Shirky gets the last 15 minutes. Or maybe 20 minutes to be fair. Zaim says, did I just see Kolo Toure? Didn't know he was City assistant coach. You did see Kolo Toure. He's sitting next to Pep Linders on the bench. So it's an ex-Liverpool kind of deal on the City bench. To be fair to Kolo Toure, I think he did used to play for Man City, didn't he? Yeah, he did. When his brother was there. So Kolo Toure has been around the block. He played for Liverpool. He played for City. He played for Arsenal. But yeah, it was him. He's looking quite good, to be fair. Ava says, hi, what's your favourite football player? I'm back. Favourite football player, probably Ryan Gravenberch, which I realised I've been pronouncing wrong. Apparently it's Gravenberch. Apparently that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, I like Ryan Gravenberch. We missed him yesterday when he was not playing. I presume he's back for the Newcastle game. Fingers crossed. But yeah, he's my favourite. How about you? Although with that being said, Hugo Ekitike is knocking on that door, especially if he keeps scoring. Mark says, Gahey coming. Is that a question, or has there been some news on that? I presume it's a question. Question. I think so. I think a lot of the attention for the past few days has been on Leone, who's the other centre back that we bought. I think, which makes sense. Which makes sense. I think we should hopefully see some traction on the Mark Gahey stuff next week. Fingers crossed. Ava says, what about Ronaldo? To be honest, I was never a huge fan of Ronaldo, kind of given that he played for Man United. I can admire the fact that he was a very good player. But me personally, I was... given that he played for the team that I didn't like, it made it a bit hard to support. Johnny says, what language should I learn? I mean, it depends on the... do you just want like a random language to learn, or do you just want a random language to learn, or is there a purpose to it? I guess, have you got an interest in any sort of language? You know what I mean? Zaim says, favourite non-Liverpool player excluding Gahey and Isak too. Maybe Desiree Doué. I quite like Doué. Plays for PSG, winger. Yeah, I'll probably go for him. I'd probably go for Doué, and it's probably something that changes. Something that changes every season. Like I was tempted to say Yamal, who plays for Barcelona, but that feels like a bit too obvious a choice. So I'd go for Doué, and the reason for that is, like, at the start of last season, I had no idea who this guy was, and then I watched him a few times, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's amazing. So I'd say Doué, given that he kind of shocked me based on how good he was. Just trying to think who else there is. Yeah, I think Doué is a good shout. What about you? Do you have a favourite non-Liverpool player? That is the important question. Fish loves Matty Cash, and Matty Cash loves fish. So that is important. City through again here. Marmoush up against the defender. Nothing happened though. City have this kind of tendency to score 3 goals, but then you perhaps naively think, oh my god, 3 goals, amazing game. But it never is with City. I don't know why. I have no idea what that means, Fish. I will translate it. Fish says, I'm live. Good to know. Zame says, does Henderson count? It depends. Do you mean Jordan Henderson? If you say Jordan Henderson, then I don't think that counts because he used to play for Liverpool. City have just scored a 4th. Oh no, it's Shirky. It was a good finish, to be fair. It depends. Do you mean Dean Henderson? Do you mean Dean Henderson or Jordan Henderson? If it's Jordan Henderson, then I don't think that counts. Yeah, or Kelleher, that doesn't count. Yeah, you have to pick somebody who has never played for Liverpool. It's 4-0 to City. Hope Sunderland enjoyed their time at the top of the table. City are just Sunderland are gonna have to just make do with the Champions League place then. I mean, it's a good goal and a good finish, but equally, like Wolves' defending was rubbish there. Wolves kind of defending like they know the game's over. Isak deal to be done soon. I think it'll probably be done after the Newcastle game, especially since the Newcastle game is at St. James's Park. That would be a disaster. Imagine they signed Isak before that, and then he lined up for Liverpool against them. That would be very volatile and perhaps not the safest environment. I think it will probably get done. I think it'll probably get done afterwards, after the Newcastle game. But who knows? Johnny says a random language to pass time to turn 18. The thing is, you're currently 17. So it's probably not enough time to learn language. Are you gonna stop learning the language when you turn 18, or are you gonna continue it? Irfan says, hello, where are you from, my friend? I'm from England. I'm from England, UK. How about you, Irfan? Where are you from? Nico Riley has just been booked. Not that anyone cares, because I do not. Just say a random language, Grandpa. I'm trying to help you, man. I'm trying to help you. You just want... So the last question was, you said you wanted to learn a random language to pass time to turn 18. But then I was saying, are you going to stop learning the language when you turn 18, or do you plan on continuing with the language? I mean, what language would be useful? How about Chinese? Mandarin. Go for Mandarin. Because then you can maybe work in China. Apparently Mandarin is a bit easier than Cantonese. And I think China has quite a proactive chess community. So you can hone your skills against Chinese players as well. Not that you need to speak Chinese to play chess, I guess. But yeah, that's my recommendation. You literally said just say a language, just say a language, just say a language, and then I say one, and then you say no, another no, another language. Like, what the hell? Okay, go for French because I speak a bit of French. So there's my recommendation. Because then if you say French to me, I might not need to translate it. Yeah, I think Wolves are pretty much definitely going down. Let's be honest. Zaim liked Diego Forlan. I remember the Europa semi-final when he knocked us out. We would have beat Fulham in the final too. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm willing to forgive and forget that he is an ex-United player, but that's okay. Yeah, Forlan's a good shout. Was it Villarreal? Was it Villarreal that used to play for? But yeah, it didn't quite work for him at United. But when he went to Spain, it was a lot better. Johnny says another language. I won't speak French. I'm not a PSG player. I've literally given you two languages and you've rejected both of them. I gave you Mandarin, you said no. I gave you French, you said no. Well, you support Barcelona, so how about Spanish? Now, if you reject Spanish, I'm not going to give you a fourth language. Since you're a Barcelona fan, Spanish. Final answer. Oh my god, this guy's saying say German. Like it was literally, again, going back. A random language. Just say a random language, Grandpa. Just say a language, any language. And I was like, okay, how about Chinese? No, say another language. Okay, how about French? No, another language. Not French. Now you literally say German. Okay, fine. German. I mean, if you wanted me to say German all along, like there was very little chance of that happening if given your question was just randomly pick a language. Do you remember the vape conversation? That is true. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to be a good influence. Yeah. Hopefully the watermelon vape did not occur. Vaping is bad. Do not vape. No, say English. Okay, English. I mean, your English is quite good, but yeah. So we've gone from any language, Mandarin to French to Spanish to German to English. I was trying to help. You will appreciate this one day. Johnny says, I didn't end up buying a vape. I'm broke. I mean, it's good. It's good in this context, to be fair. That's this is a situation where being broke was a positive. Yeah, I think it's safe to say Wolves are not coming back. At least we've got a good game tomorrow. Here's Tyler Morton. Oh, in the Leon kit. It looks quite good. It quite suits him. That Leon kit is actually quite a nice kit, to be fair. Hope he does well. Johnny's still going back and forth about languages. Now he's saying not English. I know English. Say German. I swear I said German a few languages ago. Johnny will learn German. Wunderbar. Das ist gut. Netherlands, actually, if you think about Netherlands, their midfield is looking pretty stacked. They've got Gravenberch and Reinders in the same midfield. Is it World Cup this next summer? It must be, right? 2026. That should be fun. Again, we have again we've got something to keep us occupied. Free kick, edge of the box for Man City. I was gonna say I could have scored that, but they ended up not scoring that. Boiler Cena says we've got to see that Kieran Bowie goal again. Understandable. For anyone that hasn't seen it, I recommend they search that up on YouTube or whatever. I won't spoil it, but it's a amazing goal. Take care, Johnny. Yeah, I think you could have scored that free kick, being the seasoned central midfielder that you are. Cena says, "What game you watching and score?" TikTok's a bit weird sometimes. It doesn't show the score. Like there's, I need to look into that. Why it doesn't come up? Like the score comes up on YouTube, but it doesn't come up on TikTok. Watching Man City versus Wolves, and it's 4-0 to Man City. But there's only a few minutes left. But yeah, Man City 4-0 up. They've won this quite comfortably. The weird thing is though, even though there were 4 goals, it hasn't been the most exciting game. But I guess that's always the story with Man City. Somebody's letting fireworks off outside, which is so weird given that it's still sunny. I never understand that. Three minutes left in this game. R.I.P. Sonny. Yeah, I don't know where he's gone. I can't lie. I am slightly concerned, but I hope he's okay. Yeah, nothing much from like a news perspective. I was just having a quick look online just to see if kind of anything had changed before I go, and to be honest, absolutely nothing. it's the same. It's the same nonsense from a few days ago. There's absolutely nothing of any value. How are you doing? Is that Thailand flag? Is that Thailand? Is that Thailand flag? It is Thailand flag. But yeah, I hope you're doing good, man. Johnny says, watch the things I sent you. I try my best. Okay, I don't know what that is. What's that flag? You have to tell me what that is. I might Google it. Flag with white circle. Take care, Durwood. See you tomorrow. Enjoy your afternoon and evening. It's a Laos flag. Very nice. Is Laos a country? Shows where I know. It is a country. It looks pretty nice, man. Yeah, I'd say it looks not. It looks better than pretty nice. I think maybe a minute left of this game. Yeah, I got absolutely no idea what that means. I could try translating it before I go. It's a country with beautiful nature. It's in Thai. Dimak. It's very nice. D-Mac. D-Mac. Very nice. Cool. I am off now, but I shall be back tomorrow. Who's playing tomorrow? Man United versus Arsenal. So that should be a bit more involved in this one. But yeah, have a nice evening, guys. I better go do a bit of exercise. But yeah, see you guys soon. Take care.